something I always find is we're not really known outside of the obvious accessories for the broad range of accessories we do at Lenovo.
That's right. Yeah,
You know, so people don't, we need a USB-C dock, we need a Thunderbolt dock. And it kind of stops there really, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's right. You just think dock and then.
Yeah. And you know, when I look at the broad range, well, I look at sort of our internal documents for our options list and the time it takes to download, you know, we've got a lot of stuff and we really don't talk about it enough. And I think, you know, lots of customers, they want to just get all that stuff in one go. You know, particularly if you're a smaller business, you know, you want to look at your CapEx you've got signed off and you just want to buy those. You don't want to, right, okay, let's get the laptops or the desktops in. We need this. I forgot about that. I didn't, you know, because that's harder to do. After you've got that first spend signed off, particularly if you're a smaller business and you're approaching the board directly. So I was trying to sort of list it all this morning. So, you know, obvious ones, mice and keyboards, but every different type, you know, the good old sort of chocolate bar type keys to the sort of Scrabble keys, a chiclet they call it, isn't it?
Yeah,
wireless ones, corded ones. I mean, you get some people love wireless keyboards and then realise they then have a metal cabinet full up of AA batteries. Again, not very sustainable either. Although it looks nice on the desk, do you really want to be swapping out batteries all the time?
Yeah.
So yeah, big range there, different mice. Have you seen the multi-device mouse we've got as well?
Yeah, that's great, isn't
really
it?
Clever.
Especially when you're on the go, you've got maybe a desktop tiny or something at home, and you've got your laptop as well. It just makes it so much more convenient, doesn't it?
Well, I'm one of those people. I've got a work laptop, and then I've got a workstation for doing some YouTube videos, and then I've got my kids' gaming PC all on the same desk. And I don't want to be like Rick Wakeman with 3 one for the kids there, but I don't want to be like insert name a modern keyboard player here. I can't think of one, but you know, I don't want all those keyboards and mice. And I used to have USB switches and stuff like that. Now I've got one mouse and it just talks to all of them.
Yeah, saves you on buying switches, you know.
Yeah.
They can rack up quite a bill, can't they?
But it's really cost effective when you look at sort of the leading names out there. Don't budge on their price. You have people who are peripheral companies. That's their bread and butter.
Yeah.
So they hold their price. You know, it's like if you want that mouse, there it is. And when you look at what we're doing, you know, our accessories are to complement our devices, but most importantly, our accessories are there to work with anyone's devices. You know, a lot of people consider Lenovo accessories only when they're buying a Lenovo primary device. And it's not just a bolted on the side. I look at our accessories. We've got leading objects in each category that will work with anyone. And you sort of think, why are you paying a premium just because that's somebody's name when we've got our devices? And then when you look at, mention the keyboards and mice, the docks are really compelling, little travel docks. You know, they're funky. We're conforming to that USB-C standard. So it's not like the will it or won't it work. You know, if the device is conforming to the standard, the docks will, the hubs will and things, but just a range of headsets as well. I don't know if you saw that our chief diversity officers, they were looking at headsets and saying that, you know, you've got to consider, you know, the fact we're a global company, but any employer has got to, by law, obviously, look at diversity, but people look at the obvious things. And what we've been testing is that certain ethnicities, cultures and things like that might have different hairstyles, different headdresses and things like that. And you can't have somebody, let's say they work in a call center and you give them a headset on day one and, it creates an issue for the employer and the employee. So testing things like that, really key as well. Looking at, you know, not just, is it comfortable to wear? What's the material that sits on the ear cup? You know, will it go over certain headwear or hairstyles? I think it's really neat.
It's very important from an ESG standpoint. Very important to be thinking about that.
Yeah,
it's good that we are, because it's good to be ahead of the curve with that.
But even with our headsets, wired ones, rechargeable cordless ones, ones with dongles. Again, it's very, you know, I'm one of those people who's sort of running around the house with a headset on, annoying everyone else because I'm running to get out the door and I'm on another call. But somebody else doesn't want to have to keep worrying about charging something up. Okay? It's a bit like that whole sort of, I know both from use AMD because you're going to be a fan of both, but PlayStation's got a rechargeable controller, Xbox has got a battery, and then I'm still gaming, I just swap out battery. People have got different takes on it, but we've got headsets that work, you know, to every way people want. Mono, stereo, noise cancelling, non-noise cancelling. Someone might want the full set with the Dolby microphones, the noise cancelling. Other people say, I don't want to pay for that. I just don't want to be shouting into my PC speakers microphone. So everything for every budget. I think it's really neat where we're going. And then bags, something for everyone, isn't there?
Yeah, great selection of bags, sustainability bags as well. We do
Yeah,
as well.
one with all the recycled plastic. Yeah, it's
really
fantastic.
Cool. Love that.
The other thing I've seen, have you seen the new bags now without the logo on there?
No, I've not seen that.
Yeah, so we've got bags out now that don't have Lenovo on there. Because what you're kind of doing by giving someone a rucksack, even though it's a generic rucksack, you put Lenovo on there, you basically said minimum amount of money in it. It's like the old days with white earphones. See someone with white earphones, you know what phone's in their pocket and you know what the value is. And I remember the Met Police saying that the white earbuds were linked to crime because people knew what they were going for should they, a criminal challenge someone. So there have been cases of leading sort of gaming brand laptop companies doing really overtly branded rucksacks and bags. So you might as well just walk around and say, at least $2,000 on my back. And so we've had a lot of customers saying, look, I've got a duty of care. I don't want people walking around with things that look like laptop bags. And the obvious shoulder laptop bags, some people like it. If you're getting on a packed train every day, a sort of messenger bag's a lot more socially acceptable, should we say, than a big rucksack sticking out the back and you're clanging into everyone. So, that's obviously got a laptop in it, but a nondescript rucksack, non-branded, is what people have been asking for a long time. We've got it.
That's fantastic.
But some people just want to carry a laptop. Other people want to carry laptop, e-reader, their own tablet, phone, chargers, bottled water. So again, something for everyone. So I think it's really key.
Yeah, I love the fact with our backpacks, and you've all got a space for all of those sort of things. It was thought about in that sort of sense.
Yeah.
Or even like, extra, portable screens. You can get it all in there really nicely as well.
Yeah. Well, there are people call that in America, they're EDC, and they're everyday carry.
Everyday carry,
it's all there. But people do, bags are a personal thing. But you go the other way where people feel then obliged to spend their own money and feel put out. So it's important to give users the bag they want because their employer has selected it and it works for them, rather than them ending up looking like they've sort of got it free with because they spent over 50 quid in a high street shop or something like that. But no, I mean, it's absolutely important, that range of peripherals to help people. And
the tech pouch we do as well, which fits nicely in the bags as well, and they're lovely.
All the Lenovo Go stuff is quite cool as well. Yeah. Even that ability where we've got that wireless charging pad.
Yeah.
So you put that little rail on the back of a notebook, and then you just tap it down on a sort of a tile base, isn't it? It sits on the desk. You see that with the pins.
Yeah, it's very cool.
It's quite clever because it immediately changes the way we touch down on our desk. And then range of cameras as well. That's another thing. You look at, particularly wind the clock back 3 years, the price of webcams shot through the roof, and certain vendors haven't come back down again. I don't know if you noticed that. They've sort of stayed where they were when they were in.
Yeah, that's right. Actually, it's pretty much stayed static. No one's really pushed the sort of boundaries on the technology there, have they?
No. Yeah. So again, we've got a good value one, and then we've got, higher megapixel ones, and we've also the clever things that you'd think are obvious, but things like a physical shutter. The PC might be turned off, but it's important when people are because they're working from home, all of a sudden now there is the dressing table in the bedrooms, a desk. So you want a shutter on the camera, even though my computer's turned off, it's fine. You don't want to have to worry about that kind of thing.
Double check.
But
you'll know with the red dot in the thing shutter that you've got privacy there.
So it's really key. But I mean, we got the sound bars, speakers. I mean, it's just we could go on and on and on. But I just think the key thing is something for everyone in every area that people need. It's not like that. But you don't do this. We have got it, and it makes sense to get it all at the same time, bundle it all in, deploy the right kit to users, whether they're at home, in the office, even sort of meeting rooms, things like that. It's really important.